Let's see if that helped at all. I reset all the networking gear. Let's see if it's a little bit more stable, because the actual ping is pretty good, like 30 milliseconds. As long as it doesn't drop frames.
Do it again. Like immediately.
It's saying I'm dropping like 40% of the frames. Which is basically catastrophic. What the hell is going on? I wonder if I should switch back over to Twitch. That would help.
Is something I might be doing?
No, it would be between me and like YouTube or whatever. Let me see if it's affecting everyone, all websites, or if it's just YouTube.
So how is your stone furnace getting fuel?
Which one?
Sorry, this one.
See the red arm?
Oh, okay.
That's a double length.
Alright, gotcha. Okay. I'll build me some of those.
Let's see, so...
Bless you. And bless you, Matt.
Thanks. What are you trying to work out?
I'm gonna try to make Science Pack 2. But if you need to just go ahead and do it, go ahead.
No, man, you're good. I was just seeing if you needed help or anything. Let me see. In the meantime, I'm going to make some walls. Splitters are also nice because if one of the belts becomes full, it'll just basically divert everything to the second belt. You know, it'll keep the first one topped off because it'll still try to feed both of them, but it allows you to branch off resource paths. Very convenient. Did you see the lights that I laid out?
Yeah.
Helps a lot. What's that?
How do you build those?
That is under production for some reason. Lamp. It is on the second row to the right. Second row, third column. Oh, I thought oh, they're there. So what I generally do is draw a wall line between usually natural geographic features. I'm actually kind of surprised. Oh, you probably set water production to normal, or water generation, I should say. I set mine to low.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. It's just means we'll have more water to deal with. It's at the moment mainly a resource and an obstacle. Let's see. So I want to go this way. Yeah, that works. So just remember, whatever you're doing, that you can use underground belts to route things under things. And with the extra long arms, you effectively can have 4 arms get to each, whatever you're dealing with. So that gives you a lot of flexibility, and you can also use splitters to split things off. So you can do it.
Okay.
Just think of it step by step and take it one at a time. And if you want, you can mumble to yourself and work it through. It's up to you. Alright, so we've got the northern wall set up. Oh, I wouldn't suggest using burner inserters. Those are pretty much obsolete now that we have electricity.
Oh, I didn't even realize that's what it was.
Yeah, they're also slower. They're self-sufficient as far as being able to be fed by coal, so that's basically where they're best, is when it's pretty isolated. You don't have electricity generation. Okay.
Alright, what am I doing wrong?
What are you trying to do?
Trying to get this. I'm trying to triple iron plate production over here, but
I might be giving my cable company a call at some point, or maybe getting the account owner to do it, because this is getting kind of lame. I'm just seeing all sorts of stuff going on. Of course. Oh well. I'll roll with it. Now I need more stone bricks. I'm nearly done with the other north wall.
Does that have anything to do with me? Like my internet connection?
I don't think so. I think it's mine, because I'm pinging both Google and YouTube, and I'm seeing variations that I can see on both of them. For a second, my ping shot to 100 when normally it's 30. Usually it's really good because, I'm living in California. Just the physical speed of light limitations we're talking about here. Oh yeah, I need stone bricks. Where are you stuck?
Sorry, my brain needs to lay some things out real quick. Oh. So, there we go. Inserter and transport belt. Oh, wait, burner inserter?
Which you do not want.
Oh, electric inserter. Okay.
It's just a plain old inserter, I believe.
Alright, transport belt is easy to make. Gears are easy to make. So,
And remember, you can lay things out like you could put that assembly machine even far away if you need to. It's all whatever is closest to the resources you'll need.
alright, I need to think about what I'm actually doing here. Like, how many am I going to need here?
Like, what are you planning on making right now?
Well, for Science Pack 2, you need an inserter which has iron gears and electronic circuits.
Okay, are you making gears or circuits?
I also need to make transport belts, which are iron plates and wheels, so... I'm going to need a lot of iron plates.
Okay.
And, oh crap, I'm going to need copper. Son of a gun.
So you've got copper or iron plate production right in here. I would suggest placing the assembly machine elsewhere. Probably better further down the line, closer to that is if you're making like if you need copper or what the heck are these called? Why am I having a brain fart here? If you need these stupid cogs here, it might be better just to branch off and take it from the established production line. So,
Yeah, okay.
and I can help you with the implementation. Just kind of work out what we need to do.
Okay.
So we've got cogs. Cogs are good. We'll just have to route it to wherever we place it. So maybe electronic circuits?
Okay. There.
And remember, you can go under things with the underground belt.
Hello, are you okay? Alright.
You really need to sit back up in your room, dude.
Okay?
At least, I speak from my personal preference as far as that would drive me up a wall. Like, not having...
Yeah, but I'm not normally streaming.
Yeah. Come on, man, you need a studio for video production purposes. So I guess the first question would be is where do you want to put copper wire production? Figure that out and we can figure out how to get that to work. So where do you want to set that up? Need to resume stone production.
Grandpa's child's grave and Grandpa's visitor.
Bro, go ahead.
This will be attacked. I'm gonna need to make an outpost, aren't I? So let me think about how to do this smartly. So I haven't been actually. I need copper plates. Because as soon as I set up some drills over there to get some stone, I'm probably going to start pissing off at least 2 different bases of aliens. We will be under significantly more attack as soon as I do that. But in order to keep on expanding, we need more stuff. So conflict is inevitable. I also think I need to upgrade the whole... Well, actually, we're going to redirect our coal production here in a bit. Would you accept a minor revision here?
Go on, man.
That's actually, that right there is the exact same design that I've used before too, before I figured out splitters, so, you know, no worries on that. I totally know why you'd want to do it that way.
Alright.
But I'm going to overly complicate this and work around the stuff that is... Let me relocate this here.
Wait a sec, how do you do under... Oh, wait, there it is. Iron plates. Oh. Let's steal some.
So now we have 2 branches of iron plate.
And actually, now that I think about it, you're right. We can't just use the gear assembly here.
Right. That's why it's really good to kind of centralize a lot of production, in the sense of, you know, like, yeah, we haven't really parallelized this part very well, but, you know, we can expand as we go along. Oh, and actually that's a good thing why I also keep a local recording of streams, is so if I am dropping chunks, I can always just re-upload later. Because that will allow us to still keep the existing layout, but just add more production capabilities and still use the same routes, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But of course we can always branch and spread out however it needs to be. There we go, very good.
Alright, I do not know how to make the exit for this.
Let's see, we might be coming up
Oh,
against...
oh, yes.
We may need to make some layout changes. How about this? I'm going to make a small change. Because otherwise, the underground bridge, it only extends so far.
Oh, okay.
So how would I do this? We need to pull it out, and then it needs to get up here somehow. See, that right there is the maximum length. You can string them together to where, you know, they're only up 2 out of every, you know, 6 or so blocks, but you still have to surface them pretty often. I want a splitter. I'm short on electronic circuits, which means I am short on plates. And also, if you can double up on belts as much as you can in the sense of sticking resources together. So check this out. I just realized we can simplify this massively. Watch this. Put a grabber. Grab the belts again. I really didn't need to dig them up like that, but who cares. Pick a few more, and as you see, there's already one resource heading that way, right? We've got coal heading over there. So why don't we repurpose part of that and put cogs on the other side of the belt?
Oh. That should work.
Now instead of putting it at the end, try to imagine being able to parallelize this as much as possible. So why not shift it down here where I'm standing? Because then you can expand linearly outward. Make sense? Kinda thinking for future expansion purposes. I need... Yep, stone production has ceased. I will need to make as many walls as I can. 15, is that it? Oh, I've got more too. I will need turrets, which looks like I only have 2. I need more iron. Let's see, does this need... I'm wondering if this might be a little bit too squashed for.
Matt, go ahead and do it the way you're gonna do it.
No, I'm just gonna make a slight change.
All right.
You're still good. I'm just gonna shift a few things over. So I'm just trying to mainly help out.
Okay.
So yeah, keep going. I'm just gonna do a slight jog on these resources to give the this chunk of the production a little bit more space. Because I was seeing pretty quick that the spacing for the plate production is not sufficient for the larger footprint of the production assembly machine. So with that change, it now has enough room. There's also a really neat trick you can do with underground belts, which I'll show you when it becomes relevant. You can use it to run away. Oh, you need help? Bang, 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 bang. Oh, I'm still using my handgun. I have a submachine gun which I should equip. Now it is equipped. You can use Q when nothing is selected to change your active weapon.
Okay.
So right now I have my submachine gun green. It chews up ammo like crazy, but it does a lot of good DPS. So let's go ahead and I will put a wall with a extra spacing of 2 blocks. One, two, yep. 1, 2. Basically sealing myself in for the moment. Don't need to go too nuts with the production at the moment, but it's good to space it out for future purposes. Let's plug this into that. And I do see it's actually getting pretty late, so if you need to go to bed, just let me know.
I might. Gotta be honest.
Yeah, just let me know if it needs to be now or whatever.
Oh, good, you found the stone.
Yeah.
Oh, neat. Yeah. Built the... Okay.
Yeah, I didn't utilize that in my first base nearly as much. It just reinforced the entrances. But it makes more sense to just use underground belts. But as soon as those kick on, it's gonna start making pollution, so we're gonna get hit.
We should probably make a few guns.
Yeah, I've got a couple of turrets, but
Now, they bottleneck through any hole in a gate.
yes, usually. They do attack walls if the pathing is too bad, so that's why these walls should be useful. But I need to load them. Ammo. What I also like to do when I have the walls to spare is to give each turret its own stone wall cell. So if any one of them is breached, then there's still a wall between them and all the other turrets. So it prevents cascade failures.
Okay.
Oh, I got this point the wrong way. Doesn't look like it's adding too much pollution yet, so that's good. Well, they're not running right now, but I mean, we weren't, like...
And when this connects to the main line...
Yeah, I'm just gonna connect it basically where the old line used to be.
And do we need to protect the conveyor belt, or will they probably just go out to the production line?
They're probably gonna prioritize the machinery. So let's angle this down that way. Exit there. Shouldn't need to come in here too often, I don't think. Later on there'll be some gates and they're actually really nifty. But for now, I'll just wall it in. And I can add turrets later when it becomes necessary. I'll close up this wall. Let's see, do I have any more? Nope, I need more. Nope, actually that's not quite. We don't want it to connect it here.
Oh, sorry.
Nope, you're good. We want to connect it down here. So what you can also do if you when your processing exceeds your production is you can take resources, plop them in a chest, and then use a inserter to drop it on the belt to feed your machines. That works pretty good too. Let's see, what else? Let's see if I can. No. Well, yeah, looks like got some options here. So, what are you building over here? You are building the belt, right?
Yeah.
So you need iron and iron gear, and they are both accessible on the opposite side. Wonder if I should double expand it so you can. Yeah, I'm gonna actually jog this twice. So I can give it as much room as possible, and so long arms can be used. One, two, one, two, two, two. Yeah, there we go. Okay, there we go. Let's see, so there, yeah. Because that will allow another belt bus. Alright, so go ahead and see if you can figure out the inserter placement.
That would just get cold.
No, and set the assembly machine to what you're going for, and it will only accept the resources it wants. And then the grabber will only grab the resources it needs. Yeah, there you go. Let me help you out here and I'll get some power to that.
I can just move it. Oh. Right.
Yeah, once we get the next level of power lines, we'll be able to lay them out a lot more efficiently. The early level is pretty clumsy. Alright, so you're feeding it. Now you gotta take out its end product, its result. Yeah. Alright, so you have just started up belt production. Good job. Next step, we need to make. What do we need to make? Inserters. And that will require iron plates, which we have a route for, gears, which we have a route for, see where we're going with this, and electronic circuits.
That's gonna be tough.
Well, let's take a look. For iron circuits, for electronic circuits, we need one iron plate, which, as we already discussed, we have a line for, and it needs. You okay?
Yeah, I just spilled a bunch of stuff.
Hopefully not on anything important.
Nope, just myself.
You need. Oh, you want me to pause on my explanation, or?
No, go ahead. You're good.
Yeah. Let's see. We're gonna need copper cable, which takes copper plate.
So this end or this end?
I would say we want to leave this end as copper plate production, so we're gonna want to route it more over here. Why don't we going to do that for now at least. We'll be able to expand here a little bit later. But for now, like I said, I would like to try to use the existing belts that we have, but it looks like we'll have to I think I see maybe a Okay. So what I'm going to do is I am going to use underground belts and route them to where we get iron or copper plates up to the upper iron transport belt. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to go under and come back out and bypass this grabber that is running the cog machine. I'm gonna put an underground belt to get to the other side over here. Then I think I should be able to just use there we go. Route that way. Give that a turn, give that a turn. And drop that on that side. So now they will have separate lines, and now I'm going to connect that. So we have now added copper is one of the resources that we have accessible to this line.
Pretty clever.
And since they are all independently spaced, one can produce as much as we have, and it'll fill up or it'll back up, but it won't block each other, which is important. So, now that we got copper, why don't we make some cable? I need more stuff. Specifically iron. And I see I'm into a wooden chest, so let me replace that with an iron chest. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and take there you are. Assembly machine. I'm going to space it a little bit away from the existing machine just for future expansion.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. And this will be making copper cable. So it needs a single resource, which means it needs a single arm, but I think a normal inserter will do fine. But because it makes like 3 copper cable per plate, I'm going to want a fast inserter for the removal process. So check this out. Oh, okay. It wants to feed to the far side. So I'm going to be a little bit creative or sloppy. Not sure which. And just add an offshoot belt, which is why it's nice to have space. So as you see, pop, 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 pop.
There we go.
Alright, so with that, we should now be able to produce electronic circuits, which take 1 iron and 3 coiled copper. So let's space out a little bit here and build a couple of assembly machines. And probably I should just pick up these. That's what's nice about some of this production. Like, I need transport belts, so I'm gonna suck it up right here. I don't have to make them myself. Alright.
Not running out anytime soon.
Yeah, at some point I need to... as you notice, at certain points along the lines, I like to put chests that just hold the resource in question, so even if even if the current consumption, the requirement, you're not using as much as you're producing, you're able to store some for your own use later. Or if you need to make up for a production shortfall for some reason. Anyway. Assembly machine. Space. The space. There. Okay. We're going to be making electronic circuits. And to be honest, I may shift some of this around just because I don't have infinite. Well, I can just keep on going down the line if I need to. Just use.
Are we going to be using separate labs?
No, actually. That we may have to relocate our labs, and maybe repurpose this line to send the research over here, so we can do maybe move the research over in this direction. Well, we'll just wing it as